Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. I am so excited that today is Friday. It's one of my dearest friends from college birthday weekend. So I'm excited about that as well. So let me play my theme song. All right. I got to figure out always like, okay, bring it down, turn it off, move to the side. All right, let me say a really quick prayer before we go any further. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for allowing us to see this day. Thank you for this Friday. We thank you for your blessings. We thank you for peace. We thank you for our right mind. We thank you for allowing us to be centered in an unbalanced world. We appreciate you, God. We know that with you, all things are possible. We asking for your protection as we go to and from this weekend. And most of all, your love. You be our number one power source in all things. In your name we pray, amen. All right. Woo! Okay, so this has been running rapid in the media. Carmelo Anthony. Now, just to give you a little bit of a backstory about Carmelo Anthony, let's just be very clear as quickly as possible. Let me just give you a little bit of a backstory. Carmelo Anthony is a teenager from Texas who got into a fight with another teenager in Texas. And in that fight, Carmelo Anthony stabbed the young man that he was fighting with, and the young man died behind it. The young man died behind the stabbing. Therefore, Carmelo Anthony went to jail on $1 million bond. And then, of course, after filings and protests and all types of whatever in the courts, his bond was reduced to $250,000, which at that particular point, he was able to be released. Behind the stabbing, I would like to say that Carmelo Anthony's family, they were quiet, as they should be, trying to get all of this under control. Behind the stabbing, there was someone, I don't know, person, group, organization that created a GoFundMe account for Carmelo Anthony's family for his defense. Somebody put in the chat that it is expensive to save your son's life. Somebody put that in the chat. That means that Carmelo Anthony's family raised about $250,000, $300,000 possibly, so that in the outcry of support. Now, Carmelo Anthony is a young Black boy, and the young man who was unalived in this scenario is a white boy. So this has become a race issue, no matter if it is not a race issue. It's a race issue because the media automatically began to use Carmelo Anthony's mugshot versus his high school pictures when they were talking about the incident. So already you have to have the visual of an angry criminal instead of a scared teenager. I have to be honest with a lot of you all because a lot of you all don't like honesty. And the truth of the matter is, when there is a dead body and a person standing over it and a person with a murder weapon behind it, someone has to be accountable for it. Not to mention, you talking about I'm fighting for my life and you don't have many bruises. some of you all are under the impression that the shit that you see on TV is actually how the legal system works, and it's not quite. You know, you can have young men, young women that have this idea of what the legal system is, and it's not that. The one thing I want you all to know is that the legal system is biased. The legal system is a lie. The legal system don't care about due process. All of the things that you believe is constitutionally true, get it out of your head, and just say, these are just words. These are just words. Democracy, democracy, democracy. These are just words. I just shared with you a story this week where two men were sentenced to life in prison by a judge when a jury found them not guilty. Where was their democracy? There was no democracy behind that. There was no uproar behind that, because the way the system works is, if the system can suck you in it, then no one can save you. This is why it's going to be essential and important for your teenage boys and your teenage girls to have some sense of self-control. Some sense of self-control is going to prevent you from being in front of a system that is not going to save you or care about you in the first place. Now, Carmelo Anthony's mother and father and attorney recently went on a press conference. Of course, people are trying to talk to Carmelo Anthony's family. So I want you to see this particular video that was recently. This is just about a day old. This was released yesterday or the day before. So I want you to see this. And then I'm going to share my thoughts behind this as well. So this is Carmelo Anthony's mom at the press conference. The attorney said something first, and then behind the attorney was Carmelo Anthony's mother. She began to speak.
Every single day.
And I'm going to share with you the biasness of the system when we finish.
Good afternoon. My name is Kayla Hayes. I am the mother of Carmelo Anthony. 3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband worked hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured, and supported every step of the way. In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Carmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what may happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. being the co-founder, has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a two-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in the legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Wow. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it because I know a lot of you all won't say it. Tell me a time when Jeffrey Dahmer's mama had to talk about the gruesome acts that her son did. Jeffrey Dahmer was a serial killer. Tell me a time where George Zimmerman's family had to defend his actions and his poor behavior that they had raised in some capacity. Tell me a time where anybody outside of Black folks have had to defend themselves before a trial. Number one, I have to say this because I want everyone to understand that I believe the attorney is making a horrible decision by asking the family to be a part of a press conference. This is not time to sway public opinion. This is not that. This is not a celebrity case. This is none of that. This is a young man who is fighting for his life that has changed drastically and that may never be the same. You do not have time to be talking to the public. I need the attorney and the team of attorneys to stay focused on the jurors, the judge, and the defense. That's it. I don't need a press conference. You don't need to talk to people in Georgia. You don't need to talk to people in California. You don't need the public opinion. You need 12 people to believe that this young man is absolutely innocent. This is what the focus has to be. Now, the family has been targeted. The family has been targeted. The family has been accused of taking the money and spending it. And the woman is on, she's basically saying, I haven't received any money. I haven't received any money. Why are you all saying that we have money? I haven't received any money. She said yesterday, today is the first day that we were told that we can withdraw funds. So the challenge here is that, these press conferences, I don't think they're a good idea. I don't know why her attorney advised her that she should do this. I don't know why any of them would want to have more public scrutiny behind this. If the young man, the McCabe brother, if he would have been injured behind this, this would be a different story. But he was killed. He can't say anything. He can't talk. He can't speak. Nothing can happen. And I'm just trying to figure out. I have never in my life saw something online and thought, I need to call this person's job to make them lose their job. I need to meet them out. When I tell you some folks don't have a bit of sense, a bit of a life, I'm over here trying to feed my dogs in the morning. You think I'm about to like go and be invested in someone else's investigation? Oh my God, this feels crazy to me. I'm reading some of the comments because the reality is, you have the process. The process is innocent until proven guilty. And what we've determined and what we've seen in the court system with white and black is that we are guilty first and innocent later, possibly. All of us, every time we go to a court, this is why I'm so sensitive to people saying things like she lying. When I'm talking to my partner, I'm telling my partner something, and this person is like, no, that's not true. Why would you think that I would just sit up and lie to you? But this is what happens when you have subconscious behavior and programming about what comes out of Black people's mouth. It has to be false. It can't be true. That's a horrible feeling, even if it's just play, even if it's just for a moment. I believe you until I have no reason to. I believe you. You come through here, you say, hey, I'm a doctor. Well, what's up, doc? What's going on? I believe you until I have no reason to. Because I have to work hard at deprogramming myself, unlearning that when somebody that is Black starts saying something, I should believe them. I don't have to not believe them because they are Black. If I want to do further research, I can. I can take that approach on everybody. This is why your grandmama and them on medication, because that white doctor come into the office and start telling them, oh, you got this and you got that. And they take everything them folks give them. Everything white folks say you should take, you take. You don't ask no questions. Your grandson come in the house and say, grandmama, don't take this shit. Get your ass up with me and start walking and start drinking this green juice. He don't know nothing. That's what they'll say. Oh, he don't know. He don't know what he's talking about. But between the history, there's only one person between them and us. There's only one demographic that's known for killing and stealing and murdering groups of people at a time, misdiagnosing folks, taking people's land behind it, giving people disease and calling it a test. That ain't my demographic of people. All right, y'all. I'm just trying to be honest because here's the thing. This system, and the system is what it is. This system has been created for a very long time, and we are in it. You're not out of the system. Let me ask you this. I don't care how conscious you are, where your conscious money at? There is no conscious currency. You spending the same dollar and Bitcoin as everybody else. Where's the conscious school system? That means that even if you're conscious and educated, you're still going through traditional education. You're still subjected to the same system as everybody else. Where's your conscious doctors? You walk into the hospital, you get blood trauma shot. That's trauma to the body. Hey, you going into the hospital, the ER. No matter if your doctor got on a kente cloth or not, they're going to give your ass a good old Western medical bill at the end. So the reality is, this consciousness, this community thought process, it's best when we are not in front of judges. That's what I want to say. Carmelo Anthony, I'm not going to give, it's like this. I can be one of those people that says, well, you shouldn't have such and such. That is true. That is true. You shouldn't have. But what does that do for a young man who has to sit in front of a court that's trying to prove him guilty and who that is trying to get him life in prison? That's what's so crazy. That's what's so crazy, that it's people that's not going to stop until this young man get life in prison. Well, guess what? I can't even imagine. The father is there, he wiping his wife's tears. The mother is there, she's in agony, she's hurting. She don't care what nobody got to say about her son. That's her son. My son ain't know this, and my son ain't know that. Contrary to what the reality is. I hate this current climate of young people that feels as if death is justifiable. See, I've heard some of you all, and I'm just going to go ahead and say this too, and I'm going to move on because I saw the movie Sinners last night, and I want to give you all an honest review. But we have this idea in our mind that death is justifiable. Well, this person hit me, and I killed them, and it's justifiable because they were hurting me. And that's a slippery slope, ladies and gentlemen. That's a very thin line and a very slippery slope. How many times your mama came in and slapped your ass across the head? Do you supposed to retaliate and justify her hurting? Now, even in the streets, I told you in the past, I know some of y'all had a fight in the streets and somebody got the best of y'all, but you didn't go around stabbing them behind it. Young people are feeling as if everything is life and death, and it is not. It's not. It's a fight. Fight. Go home and say you got into a fight and tell your mom and them about it and tell the school about it and then get suspended for 5 days and come back again next week. And, you walk on one side of the way and let them walk on the other side of the way. We cannot have this environment where everything has to follow you forever. No, you are mature enough to understand that you don't want everything following you forever. Let me tell you something. A lot of times in love, that's when your emotions and your dopamine is so high, you feel crazy. You so in love and your partner packs up and say, I'm done, it's over. I am so glad. I think about this sometimes because a lot of times when you go through a breakup or something, you feel as if, oh man, this is the worst. I'm so glad that all of my lovers we all just left. Ain't nobody come back stabbing nobody in the back. Nobody came and burnt no house down. I'm so grateful that it was just over. Somebody in the chat right now, I know you feeling what I'm talking about. I'm so glad that it was just over. Somebody just put, I'm glad it's over. It's over. It was over. Like, we didn't want to harm each other. We didn't want to kill each other. That's the mind that we have to keep in mind. Like, falling out, fighting folks. The fight is over. Now you got to go to court. Now you fighting for your whole life over an incident that could have been, you could have walked away, could have just had a fight and moved on. Now you got to fight for your life. for an incident. Do you all know how many people in prison? Do you know how many people in prison for a moment? For a moment. There's so many people in prison for a moment. Everybody in prison ain't doing big time because they were an organized criminal. Most people doing time in prison because it was a moment. One moment changed their life forever. One moment. One freaking moment. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people, I realize in our community right now, everybody be on, oh, it's nothing. You can just what? You can just get your ass locked up for a very long time on a system that's not going to save you. Ain't no chilling. I don't want young people thinking, everybody want these teenagers to go around thinking, oh, you just a teenager. You are old enough to be tried as an adult. You can go ahead and keep on crying, mama, all you want to. This world is going to grow you up whether you want it or not. And guess what? A bunch of folks on YouTube commenting about your case is not going to change the reality of your life. Get your life in order. Teach your children how to have sense beyond what's in front of them in the moment. It's Good Friday. I'm supposed to be giving y'all all of this. I'm supposed to be chilling. All right, let me chill. Don't forget that this is brought to you by flynubianmoney.com. Flynubianmoney.com. This is where you go when you want to grow, when you want to get your money up and you want to get your mind up. This is where you go. You should text Queens to 87948. Text Queens to 87948. I want to show you all. I saw the movie Sinners last night, and let me show you a couple previews really quickly before I give you my Madam President sense on it. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 100%. I don't agree with Rotten Tomatoes, but hey, who am I? I'm not Rotten Tomatoes. I tell you that. So let me let you see.
Don't you swim?
I'll give you $20. Come play at our juke tonight.
Delta Slim's way of telling musical stories is a reflection of humanity.
Blues wasn't forced on us like that religion. We brought this with us from home.
Hey! Y'all hold your hands now.
The magic will be good. The sacred.
Woo!
Big.
Hold your hands! Is that Don't You Swim?
I'll give you.
All right, there was one. I'm going to show you another trailer really quickly, so you could see.
You throwing a big event tonight?
Your money come with blood.
All money come with blood, baby. Listen here. This ain't no house party. Y'all ready to drink? Y'all ready to sweat till y'all stink?
You want some?
You keep dancing with the devil. One day he's gonna follow you home.
Like I hear the crickets do. I wanna. Ooh.
Still hurts coming back.
Why you here, Smoke? Smoke. Why you here?
daddy was an evil man. And he passed that evil down to us.
Woo! Okay, so I was just watching the trailer. I did get the opportunity to see it last night. And I will say the trailer looks really, really good. And I give it a 7 out of a 10. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's just really, it's a movie. You know, I'm just going to be honest. It's a movie. It's a good movie. I mean, I'm a big Ryan Coogler fan. And the reason that I'm a Ryan Coogler fan is because he's just good. Cinematically, he grows. Like he's growing more and more. Black Panther, he knocked it out the park. You know, Black Panther, like his cinematic vision for Black Panther exceeded so many people's expectations that he's just good. Not only that, he's his brother's keeper. Ryan Coogler has put other Black men on in the industry, which you can't ever, 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 ever deny that kind of elevation and liberation. That's what's important. So he pulled his brothers up. When he see his brothers doing their thing, there's a couple men that he really enjoy, and he placed them in his movies. And you got to appreciate that. Not only that, him and Michael B. Jordan, they are what Spike Lee and Denzel Washington was, and Spike Lee and Wesley Snipes were. You know, you remember back in the day, my grandmother used to watch all the Spike Lee movies, and every time you see Spike Lee joint, you're gonna see Wesley Snipes and you're gonna see Denzel. There were times. However, now, you know, you have the new generation. So you have Ryan Coogler and you have Michael B. Jordan. They are a duo. They are soulmates in cinematic, in the cinematic world. But here's the part that I have to be very blatant and honest about. I don't like the premise of any Black TV shows that's associated in racial horror. I said it. You do not get the opportunity of giving my people's demise a genre. You give my people reparations. Don't give them no more cinema. It's really disrespectful too to have racial horror, because what happens is we are cinematically providing some kind of scenic enjoyment to a world that was just pure evil. It was evil. The racism, the cotton picking, the killing of Black men, cutting Black men penises off, raping Black women. That was evil. Why would I want to give that like a cinematic feel? I don't want to give that a cinematic feel. That's not what I want to do. I want to do it like the Jewish community have done the Holocaust. The Holocaust never goes into some form of new genre of magic because it is not that. The Holocaust is always a very serious matter. It's always serious. It's shot serious. The conversation is serious. It is never going to be cinematically appealing. It is not about giving you this feeling of liberation when it's about accountability. The 12 Years a Slave was probably the most graphic kind of slave movie that we saw, that was in the times that we could, it was about the most graphic slave movie that we saw that had the cinematic upgrade of what we currently work with. 12 Years a Slave, right? Also, you got a chance in 12 Years a Slave, which in a lot of old movies you didn't get a chance to see, which is the role that white women played in enslavement. A lot of movies, a lot of old shows never showed you that white women were just as aggressive as white men. Although they were supposed they were supposedly not in command. But one thing that white women had much command over is the Black people, if nothing else. She had command over Black people, tell them what to do, where to go. She'd tell them, hey, don't, cover your head. Don't get me started on that. I'm going to do a segment on cover your head one day, but I won't do it today because I'm out of time. So, do I think you should see this movie? Yes, I think you should see the movie, especially if you like going to the movies. If you don't like going to the movies, then just see it when it comes out. Now, here's another thing. If you're not a person that's into, if you're not into blood and vampires and stuff like that, then don't go see it because it's a lot of that in the movie. But I will say that I am a Ryan Coogler fan and I like Black cinema. So I try to support it very frequently, as often as I possibly can, especially when it's good enough to be supported. And sometimes even when it's not good enough to be supported, I want to support it anyway because it feels like, to get different stories out there, you have to support the stories that are current. Okay. Wow. We reached 400 people today. Wow. Come on now. Like somebody put 400 in the chat. This is really good. I'm so happy that we reached the number 400. That was a really good feeling. So I hope all 403 of you have a really good day today. I hope that you get a chance to do all the things that you want to do this weekend and you feel rejuvenated and you're at peace and that you have a lot of love and joy around you. And this is my segment. Don't forget to support Madam President. MadamPresident.com is where you can find all of everything Madam President related. So if you haven't gotten the journal for free, you should. If you don't have anything else, you should have a journal. In fact, the first person that put Kendrick Lamar in the chat, I'll send you a free t-shirt right now. The first person that put Kendrick Lamar in the chat, I'll send you a free t-shirt. The first person that puts Kendrick Lamar in the chat, I'll send you a free t-shirt. The first person that puts Kendrick Lamar in the chat, I'll send you a free t-shirt. It's funny because I've said this like 7 times and I still don't see Kendrick. Hey, Living Monty to you. All right. I got one over here. Living Mon. Hey, and Alexis. All right, Alexis. No, you didn't put Kendrick Lamar in the chat. My bad. All right, so it seems like I got it on Instagram. Living for me, not you. Living for me, not you. Please send me a DM and give me your name and your full address and your size. C Stone, please send me a DM. Send me your name. C Stone got it. This was the first person that said Kendrick Lamar on YouTube. This was the first person that said Kendrick Lamar on Instagram. Send me your size and your full address, and I'm going to get that shipped out to you. I appreciate you all very, very much. C Stone. All right, C Stone, you're on YouTube. So can you send me an email at team@madampresident.com? And just send me your full address. Send me your full address, your name, full address where you want your shirt to be sent. On Instagram, it was Living for Me, Not You. Can you please send me your full name and your full address? And I'll get these sent off to you all. And size. Don't forget size. All right. I had a good time with you all today. Happy Friday. I'll see you on Monday. I'm out.